Hello and welcome back to What's Cooking. I'm Wethumbene Shikari. Today we are once again at Kitchen 82 where we'll be cooking up a little storm. Inside we do have one of our special guests. She is one known for quite a few things. She's a pharmacist, she's part of the cast of Save My Ship, which is a Namibia reality TV show, and she is also a plus size model. Now stay tuned for the good delicacy that we're about to prepare with you guys. Thank you so much to Food Lovers Market as well as Kitchen 82 and Coca-Cola for sponsoring today's episode. Now, as promised, I'm back in the kitchen with our special guest. Welcome to Kitchen 82, Fine China.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's great to see you. I want to know, what exactly are we making up in the kitchen today?
Wow, I'm a bit nervous, but I mean, we're going to try the most simplest thing that I believe is the most simplest thing.
Okay.
It's a creamy pasta with chicken breasts and bell peppers.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, it already sounds yummy. Very easy, a light meal. Okay,
Definitely.
I love that. So Fine China, tell me a bit about yourself. What are you about?
Wow, I classify as, I'm an umbrella. I am Fine China, I'm Fine China Creations, and I am Michelle. So let me try and explain each name with its own personality.
Good one, okay.
So Fine China is the image that I've created. It's my alter ego. It is Michelle's alter ego, someone I've wanted to be before I became the person that I am today. This is the person that takes risks, is the person that embodies being a plus size, a person that embodies imperfections. And Fine China Creations is the person that speaks through Fine China.
Girl.
This is something somewhat of my past that has helped me express my emotions. So I am a victim of physical abuse. So what I use Fine China Creations is, whenever you guys see these diamonds, you guys are always wondering, Fine China and diamonds, my goodness, can we try something else? So these diamonds is a representation of me becoming a better person of myself. You know, some people use butterflies as a representation of growth, but the diamonds within me shows that I can shine and nobody can dim my light. And then we have Michelle. Michelle is just the normal person that is known by the family, close friends and relatives and stuff like that. And it's also, that's my professional name as a pharmacist as well. So it all depends, as we're cooking, which part of me do you actually want to know?
So while we cook, I really want to get into the lifestyle. I want to get to the diamonds. I want to know all about the good stuff. And then later on, after we've done cooking up this good storm, we're going to sit down and chat and speak more about your professional side, which is being a pharmacist. Now stay tuned for all of that right after this one. We are back again. I'm still in the kitchen with Fine China. Now this is the time we get active, okay? It's not about looking pretty. Now we're still pretty, but we're still getting our hands dirty. So we're gonna start off with what exactly?
Okay, so we're gonna start off with boiling the pasta. And then from there on, as I'm getting the pasta ready, I need you to cut the
peppers.
Bell peppers for me, please. And please pass me the pasta.
All right. So you're gonna handle that one.
Yes.
And the chicken?
Okay, yes. First, cut the chicken into just long slices.
Okay. Let me do that one first before I get to the peppers. So tell me a bit about your time in the kitchen. Do you spend a lot of time in the kitchen?
Okay. You know, my family calls me the Poiki Queen. So I'm normally the one that does cooking by the fire. So if you guys had told me, let's go cook by the fire, I was gonna have my dookie on, my bamboo dress on, and I was gonna be ready for
you. You were gonna be ready for the fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love doing poiki. That's why I'm called Poiki Queen.
Okay, girl.
But I'm not really someone that likes being in the kitchen, first of all.
me continue with this. And earlier you were telling us about the trouble that you got into. I'm sure everybody's curious to hear about that.
You know?
Because I am too. So tell us about the trouble that you got into.
You know, as a child, you know, growing up, bullied and whatnot, you always had this thing of wanting to feel the sense of longing. Someone that loves you apart from your sisters.
Yes.
Someone that loves you apart from your own family. Sometimes you go into a part where you just want to be somebody's life partner.
Okay.
You envision yourself. I think it's also where it comes in with a low self-esteem, where you feel like you need someone to be there for you and with you during times, anytime.
Yes.
So I got myself into a relationship that turned out to be very toxic.
And this is when you were how old?
I was 18.
Oh, okay.
18, 19.
That's why you say it's trouble.
Yeah, you know, because
Okay.
that's where you start experimenting. But funny enough, I was not the child that would experiment with drugs.
Yes.
And yeah, I drink alcohol here and there, but that was not really my case. I fell in love,
Very
got
young.
into a very, very serious relationship. I moved out of school, decided to start living with my boyfriend, and that's where the trouble, now the main trouble began, because now it became abusive.
Okay.
I remember the first time that he touched me was, we came from a club. I remember I was wearing a body tight dress, black and white, and this guy just decided he's gonna rip the dress off my body. He literally tore it off my body. And
Was that after an argument, or
yes,
you guys
I don't remember what we argued about. I think
Okay.
also having so many insecurities whenever you see, because now he was one of the cool kids, right?
Oh,
And he
okay.
always had girls that surrounded themselves around him and
Around
stuff
him.
like that. So I started feeling insecure, like, why are you having these people? Why are you
Yeah.
having this girl around you?
Yeah.
And he would always be like, no, it's my country-mate, you know, and you believe stuff like that. But then, you know, you don't understand why are you guys so close? Why do you guys disappear in clubs together?
Yeah.
And it's always you apparently trying to protect her, because now he would use that as an excuse to say that he's their country-mate. And it just became something that became worse over time.
over time? Yeah.
And this guy got so abusive to points where he would hit me and I would pass out.
Really? So in these moments when you were in the situation, would you inform your parents about what's going on? Would you speak to someone about what's happening? Or who did you speak to about it?
The only person I could talk to was my best friend at the time.
Yeah.
But not really that much, because we weren't really so close. It would mostly be my sister. I think you would hear a lot of times I would be mentioning my sister.
Yeah.
But she was like my source of strength.
Okay.
Because it was not just the physical abuse, it was the mental abuse.
Oh my gosh.
Because now, you know, you're as a young teen, you have acne scars, you have acne, and
Your body is changing.
I started developing stretch marks, and it wasn't the usual stretch marks that any
Yeah.
other person would have.
Yeah.
My stretch marks were the dark ones, right? So he made me feel so insecure that I forgot about myself. I changed the way how I looked. I stopped doing my hair. I stopped doing my makeup. I would wear baggy clothes because that's what his perception of beauty was. And I wanted to feel loved by this person. So I
Yeah.
had to comply with what he wanted, what he felt was a beautiful woman.
Okay. And how did you eventually get out of the situation?
I eventually found out that he was cheating on me
Yes.
with 2 other girls from
Okay.
different cities.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy business.
Yeah, so eventually we had to come to an end, because then it came to a point where it was a life-threatening situation where I almost got thrown off the balcony from the
Oh my
30th
gosh.
floor.
Oh my gosh.
And I was hit multiple times where I would pass out every time he'd punch me. So that was where I had to draw the line and be like, no, my life comes first.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, my parents didn't send me here on scholarship. My parents sent me here with their own pockets, money,
Yeah.
whatever cows they had, whatever chicken.
Whatever they sold, they made
Whatever
money
they
from.
sold, they sold cars and everything, you
Yeah.
know, just to help me make a living for myself.
Back again in the kitchen. I'm still here with Fine China. Now we have done some fine progress, okay? Now our chicken is getting a bit golden brown. I think that's what we were waiting for initially. And then we've chopped up some of the ingredients that we're also going to use. What's happening now?
So you're going to put all the ingredients, the bell peppers and the
Okay.
mushrooms, you put them all in and let them cook for a few minutes.
Okay. So everything?
Everything.
Cool. I like it.
I like color.
Let's add some color to the plate.
Yes, let's put a little bit of color.
The mushrooms as well.
Yes, mushrooms as well. Everything goes in at once.
A wholesome dish, okay. Funny how you say you don't like to cook as much, but your dish looks amazing.
I like color. I love flavor. And the most important thing is that I love veggies. So,
Oh,
yeah. Anytime, any day.
okay. Let's stir this together. Okay, so how much cheese do we need?
Just a half a block.
Okay.
While
is my
you do
knife.
that,
Okay. Nice. Now, what were we speaking about earlier? We're speaking about part of your childhood, how you grew up, the relationship that you were in, and how abusive it was.
Yeah.
Now, is there any lesson that you've gotten from there, and maybe lessons that you can share with young girls, specifically in Namibia, that might be going through the same thing? Might not be young girls even.
Even adults.
Yeah.
yeah. The one lesson that I would love to teach people is you need to find yourself first as a person
Yeah.
before someone else can find anything in you. Because at the end of the day, you end up being so submissive and you forget about who you truly are and forget to be your own individual.
Yeah.
And you start living to please people. And another thing is that, you don't need someone in your life to be a somebody.
Yes, you're an individual on your own and you can be
Exactly.
someone.
You don't need people.
Yeah.
As long as you have, like for me, I had my sisters and my mother and my father. That's enough of a background. It's a backbone.
Yes.
Some people might not have a backbone, but they must always know that there's always to find solace in God.
Yeah.
That's where I ended up falling into, because now I couldn't call my sister all the time and be like, yo, this happened to me, because she also has her own life.
Yes.
So people need to understand that sometimes it's not always in the physical that you'll find someone to be there for you.
Yeah.
You can also find help or find sanctuary through spiritual beings.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think having a center point in your life is quite important, because then you know exactly how to navigate and what to fall back on. That is always constant. Like you said, God is always there. Any other, maybe some of the challenges that you've had being at school away from your parents?
The challenges that I had was, what was that? Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest struggles. I have this thing of trusting people easily.
Yeah.
You come into my life, you just show me that you can be a friend, and within 2 minutes, I count you as a sister more than a friend. And it's not everyone that is there for your own best interest. It's one thing I've learned.
Yes.
People can be fake. People don't owe you anything. That's one thing I've learned. Don't expect, what they say, you give and you receive. Don't ever think of it in that way.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you end up disappointing yourself, because now you're being a true friend to someone.
And you're waiting for something in return.
And nobody will do that. So if you want to be a good person, be a good person, but don't expect the next person to be a good person
Yes,
either.
I love that.
Yeah.
back again. This is my favorite part of the show. Can you tell?
I can see the smile on your face.
Okay, so we are here with a beautiful meal that we did create. But before we get to that, let's cheers to some Coke. Because definitely it does bring people together. I want to hear how this sounds.
Ooh, sounds good.
Okay, cheers.
It's like champagne bubblies.
Cheers to good food.
Cheers to good food. This was much
like,
needed.
It tastes like it's gonna complement my food really well.
Who has pasta without Coke, guys?
Okay.
Make it make sense.
So let me dish up for myself. Let me be a bit selfish.
Okay.
Just because I know that you know how this tastes like already.
Of course.
So I'm gonna have to add a nice pick with all the ingredients. Some
I hope
tomatoes.
you enjoy.
I definitely will. I sneaked in a little taste earlier.
Really?
So
where was I that time?
I don't know. So I kind of know how it tastes like already.
Okay.
But let me have a bite. This looks really good.
I'm glad you like the way how it looks
Already.
You know what they say? You eat with your eyes already, hey?
Okay. It tastes how it looks. Real good.
I love it.
Okay. I like it. Well done.
Thank you very much. I tried.
Before I keep eating and rambling, let's speak a bit more about your professional side. But before that, you are part of the cast of a very famous, popular lifestyle show.
Yeah.
Lifestyle. Is it a show?
It's a TV reality show.
Okay. So Save My Ship.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I know you're not expecting that to be my first
I
question.
was not expecting it at all.
But anyways, tell me about Save My Ship. How did you become part of the cast and how was the experience?
It was, okay, let's first start with the beginning.
Okay.
Just the most
Start
random
from the
thing
beginning,
ever.
please.
I got an inbox from the CEO of the show, and she's like, "No, there's a show that I'd like to run by you. Do you mind coming over for a meeting, and then we can discuss exactly what's going to happen on the show?" And I was just like, "No, man, why would they select me? I don't even have a lot of Instagram followers and stuff like that." That time I was on like 4,000 followers. I was like, I'm just a normal person, you know, not like those influential people. So why me? So I went to the meeting. We did the whole interview and everything. She explained everything, and we did the first season. First season was not much of what the CEO wanted, and we ended up having to reshoot.
Okay.
And it was a success. It's now actually out. The premiere was on the 6th of September, and it's out on DSTV as well.
Okay, so what role did you play?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about the show actually.
Okay, yes.
The show is called Save My Ship. It's about finding ships. It could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be a business ship, it could be a whatever ship it might be.
Which ship did you find?
Well, I was hoping to find love. Unfortunately, it's not what I got. I'm sad about it, but I mean, it's okay. I got to create great ships, like friendships.
Oh, okay.
Like genuine friendships with people that I would never ever have expected I would actually sit with and actually have a conversation with. So it was great. I actually love the outcome of the show.
Good. I love it. At least you picked out something.
Yeah.
But moving on, I quickly want to speak about career stuff. Some of the things that you've also been involved in. I know that you're part of Miss Plus Size Namibia.
I am.
What has that taught you about your confidence as a woman?
Wow. The one thing that I've learned from being a plus size model, especially Miss Plus Size Namibia, I learned that it's not only plus size women that deal with confidence issues. It's not just women that deal with confidence issues. It's also men. We try to always focus all the time on women empowerment, women this, women this, women that. But there are also men that deal with confidence issues, body weight, emotional trauma that comes with being bullied because of the way they look and stuff like that. So I feel like what I've learned is that we need to learn to sometimes forget about sex when I say sex, not the intercourse part, but in terms of male and female, and rather put everybody in one bubble and say humans or these people are dealing with problems such as obesity, problems such as mental health problems, because I mean all these things are intertwined. And I've learned that you need to first sit down and realize that you are having the problem. As much as people around you will tell you that, listen here, you are being obese or you're having this kind of problems, if you don't realize it yourself, you won't be able to see it. All you do is keep on depressing yourself and putting yourself through so much, but it all comes with your inner self. You need to realize it within yourself in order for you to bring change.
Nice. So I'm trying to connect the dots quickly. You earlier spoke about being in a relationship where you were kind of bullied with regards to how you looked or how you dressed, and now you have become as plus size Namibia. So give me the connection between the two. How is the feeling that you've gotten now? What does that say to you?
I'm so relieved that I don't have to live up to a certain standard to make someone else happy. I'm relieved that I put myself first in everything that I do, and I realize that without making myself happy, I can't genuinely make other people happy. Without realizing my flaws, I won't be able to know what my flaws are. Without having a strong background, I won't be able to have a falling, like when I fall, someone to catch me like an umbrella. So it was the most difficult journey. I had to go through therapists. I had to sit with pastors and a lot of things in order for me to get over the situation that I had, because I built a wall. And now I've broken all those walls. You know when they say break every chain? It's not even a breakage of a chain anymore. It's a breakage of walls have fallen. Walls have fallen, and I am now in my true human self. I'm in my true self. I smile, and when I smile genuinely.
I love how you speak about it. It shows so much passion, and I'm so convinced that you know, taking care of yourself and working towards making yourself a better person is what you should strive to be. But after this one, let's chat a bit about being a pharmacist. I want to chop. Let's go.
Chop, not chop.
Well, now that we've gotten to know more about Fine China, I think it's it's time to get to know the professional lady. So the pharmacist within you, how did that come about? Are you passionate about medicine?
Well, you know, I grew up in a background where I was, in my face was Ministry of Health every single day, because my mom worked for Ministry of Health and Social Services. She was an occupational therapist. So growing up, I would see her doing a lot of outreach works, and on weekends I'd go with her and go see people with cerebral palsy, go out. There was the time where they did Operation Smile, where they operated on kids with cleft palates. And that was the time that I realized that, oh my goodness, I actually want to help people. But the tricky part comes in where I don't want to see blood. I really, really want to help people, but I really, really don't want to see blood. So that's when I started thinking, okay, fine, what can I do? What can I do? I first wanted to become a dentist. Unfortunately, the school that I applied for, I applied too late. And I ended up getting, my second option was pharmacy. Because I was thinking, okay, as a young child, all you think about is money. Oh my goodness, you know, I want to help people, but I mean, I need to make money, I need to make money. And my options were, you know, dentistry, pharmacy, something medical related. So I was like, okay, fine, pharmacy could be my second option. I studied it and completed, started working. But then I realized that, you know, as much as you study for something, you need to realize at a young age, it's tough for you to decide what you want to become at a very young age, because your passions and your desires change. Over time, I realized that, you know, pharmacy is in my blood. Yes, I love it. I love helping people, but at the same time, it's not a passion. But then that's when you need to also separate things. There's a passion, and then there's a daily living. I have to bring bread to the table. I can't be doing charity work all the time, because most of the time charity work is you don't it's not a game, it's a give.
It's not for profit.
You understand? It's mostly non-profit. So being a pharmacist is really one thing that is my mom's pride and joy. You know, when your mom calls you up and she's like, no, introducing you to an uncle, and she's like, no, my daughter, she's a pharmacist.
She's a pharmacist.
Every parent would always want that for their kids. If I could change, and if we lived in different times, with a different economical background and whatever, I would have loved to be a designer. But in Namibia, it's only so much. You only earn so much because of our population.
Yeah.
So life as a pharmacist is actually a blessing because we give medicine out for free. We don't sell medicine. And you realize how much help you are giving to people, because you're giving certain medicines that you know it's this specific medicine is the price of that medicine is the price of the person's salary every day. Like it's their monthly salary. So giving out medicine for free and doing things like outreach programs where you go to villages and towns where people really can't afford to come to Windhoek and you actually hand out these kind of things is basically like charity as well for me. So I really do enjoy being a pharmacist. I would love to venture more into pharmacy and maybe open my own pharmacy one day, you know?
Girl.
Yes,
girl.
it's out there. It's on the pipeline. So yes, it's a blessing, to be honest. It's a blessing to myself. It's a blessing to help people. And also to put a smile on my mom's face.
But once again, it was great having you in the show. It was great making food with you and chatting to you. But where can people reach you when they would like to chat to you, maybe to speak on projects that they want to work on, or just to give you some coin?
Okay, so people can contact me on 081 4710 That is 081 4710 Or you can contact me on my Instagram at FYN_CHINA_. That is fine China, fine_China_. That's where you can get me from.
Great stuff. I'm sure you guys have it really, really well. But once again, thank you so much for joining me. It was great. It was a great time. But for us today, it is goodbye.
Goodbye.
We'll see them on the screen some other time.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
It was a great time here in the kitchen with Fine China. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. Once again, thank you so much to our sponsors, Food Lovers Market, Coca-Cola, as well as Kitchen 82. Now that's all the fun that we had for you guys creating this quick pasta meal, but we'll see you guys in the next episode next week.